Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are on this channel for the first time, thank you for finding me. And if you've always been here, thank you. Okay, today I was supposed to make like a money cake for a customer, and I decided to film it for you guys. So if you're trying to make a money cake, if that's why you're here, this is the perfect video for you, and it is very easy, and I'm going to show you every step of the way. Okay, so I already baked my cake, yeah, because I feel like there are lots of cake recipes on YouTube. So like baking is like the easiest thing you can find on YouTube. So today I'm not going to be showing you how to make any cake. I'm just going to be showing you how to decorate. Most of my videos are based on decoration, not baking and recipes and stuff. Okay, so I already baked my cake, and I already like covered it in some ganache and stuff. You can cover yours in buttercream or anything you like before covering in fondant. So the fondant tricks is what I'm going to show you today. So what I like to do is first make the money part. So for this one, I'm trying to make like a bunch of money. So what I like to do is to place the money on the edible money, yeah. I print them out of rice paper, so I'll place them on some fondant and then cut it out and then smoothen it. You want to make sure you smoothen it so it can look really nice. And I like to smoothen with two different smoothners, so you can like have really nice edges and stuff and not be raggedy by the edges. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is I'm going to make about 3 of those. Yeah, where am I in this video? I'm doing voiceover right now. I'm wondering, where did I go? Okay, I think I went to pick something. Okay, so I'm going to do it again in case you didn't see the first one. So you want to pick some of the notes, yeah, one of the notes you're making. I'm going to be making like $2 and then £1, like, so this is the pound. So you want to place it on top, and you want to put some water underneath your paper, your edible paper, so it can stick to your fondant. And then you want to cut it out. Just cut it out by the edges like this, yeah. And then once you're done, you won't stop that. Normally before I would stop that, but that's what makes your cake look rough, and you want your cake to look really neat and to look like a professional made it and everything. So these little tricks and tips, like smoothing the edges with smoothness, kind of makes it really nice. And when you want to lift it, don't lift it with your hand, because that way you're going to press on the fondant and then they're going to see your fingerprints basically. And you want your cake to be really, I like when my cake is really nice and neat and like just perfect. Okay, so the next thing we want to do after that is to make some, like I was thinking of making like maybe a tiny bag of money. I didn't really do a good job at that, but I'm going to show you guys how I made it. I didn't really like how it came out. I wish if I used another color, it would have been better. Okay, so I think right now I'm trying to make like a bag of money, a mini bag of money. I made it some time ago on a money heist cake that I made for a customer, but this one I was supposed to use a different color that way to make it pop a little bit more. So what I did was to roll out a little bit of white fondant, and I'm going to stuff it with like a rolled fondant that I'm going to roll in my fingers, and then try to squeeze the edges together to make like a mini bag of money basically. But if I had made it in a different color, it would be way better. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So look at that bag on this cake. Look at the red bag with money in it. That was what I was trying to make, but I made it in white instead of making it in brown, like a sack or like a different color that will create a contrast though. But when I was done, it kind of blended too much with the cake, so it didn't look like a bag of money. It just looks like I didn't know what I was doing. But if you're doing this and you're doing it on a cake, make sure you use a different color from the color of the base cake. That way it will really show as what it is, and it will be really nice. Okay, so now that you've learned from my mistake, what we want to do next is to roll out the tiny parts, which will be like the rope of the bag. So you want to roll out like a tiny rope for the bag, because the bag should have like a tiny rope that, you know, like those bags where like you can squeeze the rope to tighten the mouth of the bag. That's what I'm trying to make. So you want to twist the rope on itself so it can be like, you know, like a twisted rope, and then you want to put some water around that mini bag and then just wrap it around, and that's all you have to do for this. And then we're going to stuff it with like mini dollar notes. These mini dollar notes, I print them on edible sugar paper, just like I print the big ones. I print the mini ones as well, so I use them randomly on my cake. So for this cake, I already covered it in fondant. I'm just showing you how I decorated it and stuff. Okay guys, so if you're a beginner or you're an intermediate, or you just want to learn my cake tricks, yeah, if you want to learn how to cover your cake perfectly in fondant, for this cake it had when I covered it in fondant, it had tears, so I had to fix the tears. So if you want to learn how to cover your cake in fondant, I'm going to put a link right up here. It says click on me, yeah, click on that. It's very easy to make, and like very easy. And I showed you guys 2 different methods of covering your cake in fondant, and which one is easy and which one you won't get tears and everything. I have the one where like when I cover my cake I don't get tears, and then I have the one where like sometimes I get tears, not all the time, but just sometimes. Okay, so right now I'm steaming the cake so I can stick my money onto it. Okay guys, this was the cake when I covered it, so I had tears in the fondant, yeah, and like it's not very stressful for me because I know how to fix them. So if you get tears in your fondant and you'd like to fix it, or you just like to see how I fixed it so you can fix tears next time if you ever get them, I'm going to put the link right up here. It says click on me, yeah, click on that. I showed you how to fix tears in your fondant, especially if you're using a white fondant, because those ones are harder to fix, because the colored ones you can hide like imperfections and everything. Okay, so now going forward on this cake, I'm going to be sticking the money all around the cake. It's supposed to be like a money cake where like you stick stuff all around it. And so for my cake, especially if I'm making a cake for a customer, I don't like to touch it too much. So like, I don't know, it's just a little bit more sanitary if you don't touch it too much. So what I'm doing right now is to stick the money on top of the cake. And then remember, I already steamed it, and you need a steamer if you're going to be doing fondant cakes, because they make your life easier and they make your fondant a lot neater. So but if you do not have a steamer, just make sure you don't wet the fondant. Make sure you wet the edible print before putting it on so it can stick. Don't wet the fondant, because if you wet the fondant, it can get soggy and soak through it, I don't know, and then be sliding off. So make sure you wet the paper itself, don't wet the fondant, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to stick all of this around the cake, like all around and then on top, and then I'm going to be showing you guys what the final result looks like. Okay, but while I stick on, let me tell you guys about this channel. So on this channel, I teach you guys how to do the hardest things the easiest way, because like that's why I don't make if you send me a picture of a cake, I can't make the exact replica, because I like to do things the easy way. So I'm not going to try to like copy exactly what I did and they did on the cake. I'm going to try to do it my own way. I'm like talking a little bit too much or a little bit too fast on this video. Okay, but if you guys understand me, so on this channel I teach you how to do like the hardest things the easiest way. So all you have to do is watch and subscribe, and like the content is free. Of course it's not free, YouTube pays me, but you know, for you guys it is free. All you have to do is have some internet bundles and just watch and enjoy and learn cake decoration for free. So going back to my steamer, I've had this steamer for like 7 years. Oh, 7 years. Saying 7 years makes me feel old. Anyways, so right now I'm going to be placing all of my accessories I already made for the cake on top of it. And placement is very important. Make sure you place it well so that it can look well put together and like just well made, basically. Okay, so after placing all of them, I made 5 of those bundles and I placed them on top, and I felt the cake was a little bit still too dull for me. So I thought, what can I do? Normally I would use like gold coins, those gold chocolate coins, but I didn't have any at home and I didn't buy, so I tried to use like some gold chocolate balls. It kind of gave it a little umph. I don't know what umph is, but I heard it in a movie and it sounded cool, so it gave it a little umph. So I'm adding some chocolate balls to it so it can be a little bit more shiny, like just draw a little bit more attention to the cake, yeah, and make it look a little bit sparkly, because I felt like it looked dull. I wished I colored the bag, because the bag would be really nice. And then what I did next was to cut tiny bits of my edible cash to put like on top of the bag so it can look like it is overflowing with cash and dollars and stuff. Okay, so basically that's all we have to do today, guys. Like just put the dollar around, and that's all you have to do. It's very easy, and you can create your own designs yourself. You can make switches to it if you don't really like how this went, but if you're going to be making the bag, please color it. It looks a lot better. And then what I thought to do was to color the strings of the bag gold, maybe to look a little bit better, maybe. Okay, so if you're on this channel for the first time, thank you. And if not, thank you still. Thank you. Okay, so guys, that's all we have to do today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I didn't bore you. Thank you guys, and I will see you in my next tutorial. So please watch it till the end, because I'm going to be at the end asking you if you watched it to the end. I'm having too much fun making these things. Why? I don't know. Okay guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye.